Good afternoon, Pep.
Afternoon.
Hey, 3 wins from 4. It's been a good few weeks in terms of performances and results. It must be a good place to come and work at the minute.
Yeah, obviously, confidence always goes high when you get wins, especially the way that we got the last few wins, because we were able to link performance with a very good result. But it's still, even though that's the mood, obviously it's in good spirits, but it's still the mentality when it comes to training. I've seen with everyone in the staff and the players is still to get better and try to know how everyone plays quicker and try to improve. So very good moment to keep pushing forward.
One of the big positives to emerge from the Luton game was the volume of chances that your team are creating. Is that a big plus point for you?
Yes, because as we spoke last week, I think we spoke that how bad we were on that department in Brentford, and that we had to put a lot of work. But it's very difficult to turn a team don't create chances into one that turns that creates chances, because to create a chance, all the players have to work very well, and the organization has to be very good to create the chances that we create, because we need to improve with the ball, we need to improve creating space, we need to improve occupying those spaces, we need to improve on moving forward and play quick and find the right one, and then obviously it's the assist and the final shot. So I'm very proud of what the team is doing, but still very focused on how can we get better and how we can keep turning performances into points.
I think he was one full back crossing for another when Maxime Collin found Christian Pedersen. Is that an example of how attack-minded this team is, particularly at home?
Yeah, but it's a little bit tricky because we're coming from a corner, so Christian's position was already in the box. But despite that, Christian don't lose his position and go back and tracks back, so he stays there because he knows that we can create a second chance from the corner. So, but I do agree that can happen in the game. Yes, it can happen. It can happen the way we play.
How's that role changed in terms of fullbacks? We see Maxime Collin getting forward, Christian Pedersen given more of a licence than we used to see. You see millions of pounds being spent on fullbacks now. How do you view that position in sort of modern day football?
It's very important, especially because we went last year's a lot of years ago. We went from fullbacks who were never attacking. There's still some teams that they recycle centre backs into fullbacks. We went into fullbacks that they attack and they cannot maybe proper defend. I think the secret is, as everything in life, is the right moderation, the right balance. And I think we do have the right balance in the squad with Maxime and with Christian as well, with Sets and Wes who younger coming through, and we have the right balance because it's very important for me to let the fullback attack on the right situation, not all the time, but on the right situation. And it's the quality of the player to decide when that situation is. And I think it's very important. The player needs to feel that he has the freedom to express himself and to take that risk. In the end of the day, football is a game of risk versus reward. And sometimes one fullback goes up, you're taking a little bit of risk to get a big reward. 2 fullbacks go up, you're taking maybe too much risk for a reward, and then you balance this. But it actually depends. So my job is to make sure that whatever tactically happens in the game and however we are attacking, that we keep the right balance for that situation in case it's not successful. But in the end of the day, I think the team is a little bit more mature tactically, and the players have shown that there's a much higher degree of understanding between each other, how they play and how we want to play, how we're creating our identity and how we're going forward. So and the fact that the fullbacks are offensive is very important for us.
This group seems to have built up some resilience as well. You think back to the Stoke game where we were behind, came back to win it. At Luton, we were pegged back and continued to push for a winner. There seems to be a real belief now that even if we do concede a goal, it's not the end of the game.
Yeah, and that comes from the fans. Because our players have done something that, in my opinion, is fantastic. Is that our players have convinced the fans that if we love the football we play, and we try to be ourselves in the pitch, and we try to put a stamp into the opposition, we can turn games. And the fans, every time that happened, they always believed in the team. and they never turned their back into the team. And on Saturday, I was very aware of that. As soon as they scored, I saw all the fans backing the team to get back. And so it's a common situation. The players have helped the fans to come in, and now the fans are backing them, and that happened, which makes me proud of the work the boys have done.
Lukas Jukovic went close after 3 or 4 minutes with a header, had one disallowed, he then had a big chance in the second half, but had the tenacity to keep going. How important is he, not just on the pitch, but off it as one of the senior members as well?
Yeah, it's a very important character for us, because he's an example as a pro, he's an example to the young players, as well to the senior players. He's always positive, he's very rational, he's very aware of his own strengths, the weakness that he wants to get better at, and he does, and he works very hard, and he's showing that he can adapt to different styles of football, because we are a little bit different than last season, and Juki still plays a big part of it. So we're all very, very happy to have him.
Cardiff next up, vastly experienced manager in Neil Warnock. What kind of challenge will they present on Saturday?
It's got to be Cardiff, a strong side, as all them games at home, and obviously some of them away. But I expect it's going to be physically a challenge, because playing Cardiff is always a physical challenge. Their side attacks very quick. They get forward very quick. They pose a lot of problems wide, and then the attacks on the box that comes from those situations. They always put pressure on whoever has the ball, so it's going to be difficult to stamp a football into it. And obviously you expect quality, because they do have a lot of quality players. Remember when we went last time in Cardiff, how difficult it came, that game, and that squad got promoted, and there's still players there who play in the Premier League, so that quality is there. So we need to be at our best and focus on our strengths, and try to put that belief into our football, and try to be ourselves.
As head coach, when you go away from home, do you have to stick to your beliefs as to how your team are going to play, regardless of the opposition, or do you almost have to be flexible and concede a different style of play when you go away from home?
I think it goes with the personality of every coach, or head coach, or manager, call it however we want. In my opinion, we need to be the same home and the same away, because we're working on our idea, because our idea is to try to be ourselves, try to put our stamps into games, try to put problems to the opposition. When we analyze a team, we analyze how can we hurt them. Then we take into consideration how they can hurt us. But first, most important point for us is, okay, how can we develop our game into them and put the problems to them? That's, in my opinion, in my mentality. I respect that someone might be thinking, no, we need to change the plan. Why do I think like that? I have reasons as well. My reason is very simple. Is because when I'm doing something, the only thing I can do is try to be as good as possible in what I do. For that to happen, I need to do it a lot. So if we go on Saturday and we play our game and you don't get a result, you get out of there and you think, well, we've been ourselves, they want us because whatever. If you change and you have a team that's with a lot of confidence, not only home, but as well away, because in the end of the day, we won 5 games at home, but we won 2 games away as well, in Brentford and Charlton, and we put a very good performance at Derby, at Leeds, that's to name the lately. And we do get a result being ourselves, it's a double reward, you know what I mean? So I just want to focus on being ourselves. I think that's a little bit what is in our culture, and it's in my own mentality as well. I think we're working too much on our identity to throw it away because we go to whoever park. We went to Leeds and we went there being ourselves, and we're going to go to Cardiff and we'll go there being ourselves. And eventually we'll get better at it, and eventually we'll be able to be ourselves home and away. And I'm not saying that we're not being that away, because we are, because we could have taken something in Leeds, and probably we should have won at Derby, but we're just working on ourselves all the time.
Cardiff were on the wrong end of a South Wales Derby game against Swansea. Does that make them potentially a more dangerous proposition this weekend, because they'll be looking for a reaction? Yes,
absolutely. And Cardiff has a Neil Warnock has always the ability to mentalize their teams to bounce back from tough situations. That's something that you need to be very good at to be able to promote so many teams as him. I do expect it to be a very tough game, but again, our weapons is our football, and we go with our weapons to Cardiff. Nothing to fear.
Just on the fitness front, how are we shaping up? Jefferson Montero, we haven't heard an update. How is he getting on?
Yeah, he's started to train with the team this week, working a lot on his fitness as well, because obviously he was working on getting over his injury for the last few weeks. So I hope that we can have him available fairly quick, obviously not Saturday.
No Gary Gardner, Michael Kicknebel long term, but the rest all okay?
Yeah. Stocky is having a scan today on his problem in the hand, but I don't think it's going to be a long one, as I said last week.
Was that an injury sustained in training? Or?
Yeah.
Pep, good luck for Saturday.
Thank you very much.